स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम गुरुदेव भगवान शिव शंकर भोलेनाथ कैलाशपति महाराज की जय। भगवान व्यास जी महाराज की जय। शंकराचार्य भगवान की जय। स्वामी चिन्मयानंद भगवान की जय। स्वामी दयानंद भगवान की जय। स्वामी प्रबुद्धानंद भगवान की जय। स्वामी शुद्धानंद भगवान की जय। साध्वी आनंद ज्योति जी की जय। सभी गुरु देवताओं की जय। सभी गुरु देवताओं की जय। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता चैप्टर 5 and we are doing verse number 17. Krishna describes those who recognize the fact that Atma is Brahman. तद्बुद्धायः तदात्मनः तन्निष्ठ तत्परायणाः गच्छन्ति पुनराविर्तम् ज्ञाननिधाधृत्कलमषा। तद्बुद्धायः those whose intellect is awake to Brahman. Tad atmanah, those for whom the self is Brahman. Tanishthaha, for those who are committed only to Brahman. Tat parayanah, those who for whom the ultimate end is that Brahman. Jnana niruddhata khalmashtha, those whose impurities have been destroyed by knowledge. Anu apunara vrittim, a state from which there is no return. Gacchanti, they attains. Those whose intellect is awake to that Brahman, for whom the self is that Brahman, for whom who are committed only to that Brahman, for whom the ultimate end is that Brahman, Brahman which is already accomplished, whose impurities have been destroyed by the knowledge, they attain a state of mind from which there is no return. Here Bhagwan is trying to explain the non-separation of Jiva with Brahman, Jiva with Ishvara. Jiva whose intellect is awake to Ishvara. The Jiva for whom the self is Ishvara. The Jiva who is committed to Ishvara, committed only for Ishvara. There is nothing else for him. For Jiva whose ultimate aim is Ishvara, Brahman. Whose impurities have been destroyed by knowledge, impurity of being separate from Ishvara. Impurity is the ignorance of being other than Ishvara. That impurity is gone by knowledge. They attain a state. They attain a state which is Ishvara, and there is no return from there. Swamiji says, those who are committed to know Ishvara, those who are committed to know Ishvara, those whose intellect is awake for Ishvara, those whose ultimate aim is Brahman, all the sadhans come to him. He doesn't have to fall for sadhans. He doesn't even have to think about the sadhana. Those who are involved, totally committed to know Ishvara, the God also helps him by providing all the sadhans. But then he has to be totally, his intellect should be awakened to Brahman. The self should be committed to Brahman. The ultimate end should be Brahman. All his impurities will be destroyed by the knowledge. In the previous verse, Bhagavan said that knowledge reveals the truth that Atma is Brahman. That Brahman is the meaning of the pronoun Tat, that is occurring in the compound word in the present verse. Tad buddhaya, tad atmanaha, tannishtaha, and tat paryantaha, tat paryantaha. Because of this knowledge, the wise becomes tad buddhaya, tad buddhaya, tad atmanaha, tad nishthaha, tad parayanaha. All of their impurities are destroyed by this knowledge. When they go, meaning when they die, they do not return again, because for them there is no death. There is an order to be noted here, as we shall see by analyzing these compound one by one. tad buddhihi, for whom the self is Brahman. For whom the self is Brahman. Tad buddhihi is those whose buddhi is in Brahman. Meaning that buddhi is awake to the knowledge of Atma being Brahman. Atma is Brahman. In Brahman their buddhi is rooted. Previously the buddhi was awake only to Atma. Previously the buddhi was awake to Anatma, the ahankara, ego or I notion. Previously the buddhi was thinking, the buddhi was awake only as me, this physical form. When the buddhi is awake only to Anatma, it is always concerned with artha, securities and pleasure, kama, because the I always feels small and has to be boosted up. Only then can the person feel good. Everything is centered on feeling good, and that is necessarily dependent upon number of external, physical and psychological factors. Therefore, the ahankara always holds on to these factors, which is anatma. However, for tad buddhi, those who are awake to Brahman, whose buddhi is in Brahman, everything is Brahman alone. The buddhi is Brahman. The mind is Brahman. The body is Brahman. Everything is Brahman alone. Therefore, the buddhi is never away from Brahman. Go where it will be, where it will. The buddhi is always in Brahman alone. Why are these people called Tadbuddhis? Because of them, Atma is Brahman. They are Tadatmas. Previously, the body, mind, intellect, memory, and so on were Atma. History was Atma. Biology was Atma. Even the hair and skin were Atma. I am blonde, I am black, and so on. Money was Atma. Body's psychological system was Atma. Even time and nationality were Atma. I am rich, I am poor, I am restless, I am sad, I am young, I am old, I am American, I am Indian, and so on. These are some of the many notions people have about Atma. Do not make the mistake of thinking that these I notions together constitutes Atma. Because some are contradictory. Each has its problem. For example, when you say, I am an Indian, there is a problem. And when you say, I am an American, there is another problem. If you take these sense organs to be the Atma, there is problem of requiring reading glasses, eyes. Because you cannot see well. Or having to have everything repeated to you 3 times because you cannot hear well. Since most of the memories are not pleasant or interesting, memory also is a problem. Everything is limited in some way or the other, and therefore taking any of these to be Atma is a problem. Everyone has this problem of placing the I notion somewhere. One says, this is I, with reference to the body, mind, etc. The verse says that for the wise, the notion this is I is totally negated, and I is recognized as pure consciousness, that which is not limited in any way, and which is the truth and the basis of entire Jagat. The Jagat is understood as Mithya by this person, Mithya being that which is dependent on Satya, and while Satya is self-existent. Only the self can be self-existent. Nothing else is self-existent. And for whom the self is I, is Brahman, are called Tadatmaha Atmanaha. Then it is said, Tannistha are committed to Brahman. Nishtha means committed. As we have seen in our study of the 3rd chapter, a Japanishtha is one who is committed to practice japa. And a Taponishtha is committed to the practice of spiritual and religious disciplines called tapas. A Yoga Nishtha is committed to the 8-fold discipline of Ashtanga Yoga. So there are many forms of Nishthas, commitments. This verse refer to those who are committed to Brahman alone, nothing else. For Tannishtha, Brahman is what counts, because all there is Brahman for them. There is nothing else to be counted. Having this knowledge, there is nothing more for them to accomplish. If there were something more for them to accomplish, their Nishtha commitment would shift. Perhaps they would do japa for a while and then their Nishtha would shift to something else. Such Nishtha is committed. Commitment does not happen for Tannishtha. For those commitment is to Brahman alone. It means their knowledge of Atma is firm. It is no longer shaky. They have neither vagueness nor any more problems to solve with reference to the self, and therefore nothing further to accomplish. They are Tannishtaha, committed to Brahman alone, nothing, no commitment is left. There is no commitment at all left, the one who has the knowledge. Tat Parayanas, for those whose ultimate end is Brahman. Having become Tannishtaha, Brahmanishtaha, what else remains for these people to do? Whether they do or not do anything, it is same for them, because they have already gained the ultimate end, that is Brahman. Parayana means the ultimate end. Parayana, the real home. For whom the ultimate end is Brahman, Tat are called Tat Parayanas. Knowing Brahman as Atma is the goal they have to accomplish. Now that they have this knowledge, there is no more goal. There is no other goal left for them. This is what Bhagavan means earlier when he said, the one who sees Brahman in everything attains Brahman. He is Brahman. He doesn't become Brahman. He is Brahman. There is no change. The snake doesn't become rope. It is rope. I am not Jiva. I am Brahman alone. I am. Brahman is. I am Brahman. People have different goals such as artha, security, kama, pleasures, either here or in the hereafter like heaven and so on. But for the wise there is no goal other than Brahman, which they already are, because they are Tad Buddhaya, Tadatmanaha and Tannishtaya. They are Tat Parayanaha. It means that their goal is accomplished. There is nothing more to be done. The one who understands, the one who has understood the oneness with the Brahman, there is nothing more to do. There is nothing else for him. Bhagavan then described these people as Jnana Niruddhata Kalmasas. For those kalmasas, impurities, have been removed. Niruddha, by knowledge. Jnana. What are these impurities that have been removed? Likes and dislikes, ignorance and error, punya and papa, happiness and unhappiness, all of which are referred here as kalmashas, impurities. These impurities are removed by knowledge alone. When such people go, meaning when they die, they do not come back. They are not born again. Apurna vrittim gacchati. And while living, they are already tadbuddhaya, tadatmanaha, tannishtaha, and tatparayanaha. Jnana niruddha kalmasha are jivan muktas. People who are liberated while living, they cannot become bound again when they die, because there is no they. They are Brahman, and Brahman does not come and go. Once recognized, once understood, self as Brahman, then there is nothing else. When you have understood yourself, one with the Brahman, then everything is Brahman. There is nothing else. So there is no coming and going also. Brahman doesn't have to come, go. For such people, there is no more duality. There is only Brahman, who is Ishvara, and the world. Those who know the self as Brahman gain an end from which there is no return. Apunara vrittim. Apunara vrittim gacchati. Apunara, वापिस नहीं आते. There is no आना जाना for them. There is no longer any connection to another physical body. They don't get connected. There is no physical body for them. The physical body is gone. With the knowledge of Brahman, the physicality is gone. There is no physicality left. There is nothing else for them. But then there is a small question which comes. How do these people whose self-ignorance is destroyed see the truth? Do they see the world differently from those who are ignorant? जिन लोगों ने सत्य को समझ लिया, उन्हें सत्य कैसा दिखता है? क्या उन्हें कुछ अलग दिखता है? सत्यता में कुछ अलग? Such wise people see Brahman everywhere and in everything. This is Bhagavan discusses in the next verse. ऐसे लोगों को ब्रह्मन सब जगह, ईश्वर सब जगह और हर चीज में ब्रह्मन ही ब्रह्मन, ईश्वर ही ईश्वर दिखता है. दूसरा कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है ही नहीं, दिखेगा कहां से? उन्होंने समझ लिया, उन्होंने ईश्वर का एकाकार समझ लिया. ईश्वर से एक There is nothing parallel to सत्यम, ऐसा नहीं है. It is only the satyam because of ignorance seen as asat. Because of lack of knowledge, the sat is seen as asat. Asat is not parallel. It is not something which is parallel to satya. ये नहीं कह सकते कि सांप होता है ना, अरे वहां सांप नहीं है, वो रस्सी है. सांप उसके पैरेलल में नहीं है. देयर इज अ स्नेक, सांप होता है, वो डिफरेंट चीज है. सत इज रोप इज सत एंड सर्प इज असत, एंड सर्प इज नॉट पैरेलल टू द रोप. Sat is error about the rope. सर्प रस्सी की गलती है, समझ की गलती है. रस्सी को गलत समझना एरर है. सर्प रस्सी के पैरेलल में नहीं है, बराबर में कुछ नहीं है ही नहीं. सर्प है ही नहीं. देयर इज नथिंग. सत इज नॉट पैरेलल टू असत, इज नॉट पैरेलल टू सत. सत इज एंड असत, देयर इज नो असत. ओनली सत इज. Only Brahman is. There is nothing parallel to Brahman. I am not parallel to Brahman. I am Brahman. In next verse, Bhagavan says, विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तनि शुनि चैव शपाके च पंडित समदर्शिनः. विद्या विनय संपन्ने, in one who is endowed with knowledge and humility. ब्रह्मे, in the Brahman. Gavi, in a cow. Hastini, hastini in elephant, in an elephant. Sunnicha, and in a dog. Swapakecha, and even in the dog eater. Panditaha, wise people. Iva, indeed, samdarshina are those who see the same Brahman. But they don't see anything other than Brahman. There is nothing other than Brahman. Once understood the oneness of Brahman, there is nothing else to be seen. There is nothing else. Wise people are indeed those who see the same Brahman in Brahmana, who is endowed with knowledge and humility, in a cow, in an elephant, and in a dog, and even a dog eater. In this verse, Krishna says that wise people become samadarshis. They become samadarshis. They see the same Brahman. They see the same Brahman, Sama, which is not subject to change in everything. It means they are able to recognize Brahman everywhere. The wise person, the person who has understood the truth, doesn't see anything else. It means they are able to recognize Brahman everywhere as that which is not affected or stained in any way by punya or papa or by different type of impressions, samskaras, be they conscious or unconscious. They know everyone to be Brahman. They remain untouched by karma and karmphala because it remains always the same, unaffected by any change whatsoever. Brahman remains the same, unstained by anything, eternally pure, and is never involved in any way at any time, remaining uninvolved self. Brahman is that without which no involvement is possible. This is the beauty of Brahman, which is Atma, the self. Those who see this Sama, Brahman everywhere and in everything, are called Samadarshis. Samadarshis. They see same Brahman everywhere. They see everything as Brahman, everyone as Brahman, every place as Brahman. Everything is seen as Brahman, including themselves. And they see there is Brahman only. The Brahman sees. There is nothing else. To make this point, Bhagavan points out few instances in which the wise person sees Sama, Brahman. The first is that Brahman described here is Vidya Vinaya Sampanna, one who is endowed with both knowledge and humility. In such a Brahmana, the wise person sees the same Brahman as he or she sees in the cow, elephant, a dog, and even a dog eater. From the childhood onwards, a Brahmana is brought up in a religious way and lives according to the rules and stipulations set out for Brahmana in the Vedas. Such a person therefore has devotion, a prayerful mind, knowledge and humility. Naturally, such a person also has good sanskara and a relatively happy, free mind, free from emotional problems. Because this person is endowed with the knowledge and humility, his or her actions are always good, thereby creating a lot of punya for the person. Is the Brahmana Atma affected by good sanskara? No. Krishna says here, a cow, an elephant and a dog, on the other hand, have no sanskara. Whatever, neither good or bad, they behave according to the particular program governing the species or to which they belong. Yet there is a difference between a cow and elephant, for example, in terms of qualities, sattva, rajas and tamas. The cow is not a lazy animal. It does not have a predominance of tamas. It has some sattva and lot of rajas in that it is active. An elephant, however, even though a very intelligent animal, has more tamas because it moves slowly, and a water buffalo such as has much more tamas. Dolphins and whales seem to have more sattva, intelligence, as evident by the manner in which they respond to people as compared to many other animals. So their difference in qualities in different animals. Here Krishna probably mentions the dog in order to bring in the dog eater, a person considered to be despicable. In all of them, the Brahmana, the cow, the elephant, the dog and the dog eater, the wise see one Atma. He doesn't see another. What is that Atma? Sama Atma. Atma that is never subject to change and therefore unaffected by either good or bad sanskara, nor is Atma affected by any of the gunas, qualities or attributes, sattva, rajas and tamas. Even though it is the basis for all of them, Atma is the truth of all of them. Without Atma, none of them can exist. However, Atma is free from all of them. This Atma, Brahman, is the same in all. If Atma could be affected in any way, then the dog Atma would be different from the elephant Atma, and so on. When the dog bends its head, Atma would also bend. But it doesn't happen. If this is your understanding, you may think that when you were born, your Atma was innocent and now Atma has become wild, sad, and so on. You may also think that you are all of these and they cannot be removed. To correct such thinking, Bhagavan makes it clear that Atma is always Shuddha, pure. The wise people called Panditas here are those who see Brahman which is not subject to modification in everyone and everything, because they have this vision. These Pandits are more than scholars. Therefore, they are always Samadarshi. Those who have this vision, sameness, are free from birth and death. This is what Bhagavan is going to explain in verse number 19. इह एव तेजितः सर्गयेशं साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म तस्मात् ब्रह्माणि ते स्थितः. The cycle of birth and death, sansara, is won over here itself in this life by those whose mind is rooted in that which is same in everything. That is Brahman. Since Brahman, that is free from any defect, is always the same, they say, the wise people, abide in Brahman. There is nothing else other than Brahman. There is nothing else that can be seen. And these wise people are free from birth and death. They are neither born, they neither die. They are free from this birth and death chakra, sansar chakra. This we will see in detail tomorrow. It's a long chapter. We'll see this in complete detail tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnad Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnimadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Gurubhyo Namaha.